Hi guys, and welcome to another Python tutorial. In this video you'll learn about file handling in Python, and specifically would learn how to open files, how to close files, how to read and how to write to files. So let's get right into it. The first thing we'll do is really start our command prompt as usual, and then I'll create two files. Then I'll open the file up in my code editor. So I want to cd into desktop as usual, and then the next command I want to say is to create a text file. Okay, so type, or I'm going to create a text file and just have some text in it. Okay, so I'll say echo, right, and then I want to have some text in it. Okay, so I'm just going to do hello world. Okay, so echo hello world, and then you want to put the symbol and the name of the text file. So the name of the text file I want to use is just work.txt, right? So work.txt will be created, and it's going to be a text file, and it will be on my desktop. So this is what it means. Now this is work.txt created right here on my desktop. The next thing I want to create is also create a Python file, right? Type null. Okay, then you have this, and then the Python file is code.py. okay, and then you hit enter key. All right, then the next thing is I want to open code with my Visual Studio Code. I want to open code.py. So I hit enter, and then voila, everything is ready. So I'm just gonna close this. So everything is ready, guys. Now what do we want to learn? We want to learn about file handling, right? So let me just expand this. Okay, so we want to learn hash # for comments. Okay, so we're learning file handling today. Now so how do you open a file? So I've created a text file on my desktop, and the name of the text file is work. Let me show you once again. This file right here, work. Okay, now let's open up this file. So the command you use is simply open, right? It's open, and then you write the name of the file, which is work, right? Work.txt, but the name of the file has to be a string. Okay, so work.txt. okay, and once you do this, you specify the mode. We'll talk about the mode later, but basically you write open and the name of the file. Now what you want to do is save this somewhere so you can use it later. Okay, so I'll just create a variable f, for instance, and then I have opened this file in f. Now that you have opened this file in f, what do you want to do with the file? Okay, there are a few things you can do with the file. Now the first thing you can do is you can read the file. Okay, so you can read what is in the file. Now to read what is in the file, all you have to do is just do f.read. okay, so I'll save that. So once you read what is in the file by using f.read, you can maybe print it out to screen. So let's just print out what is in that file. Okay, so we can know exactly what we are doing, right? So I'm just going to print this, Ctrl S. So I'm opening the file and I'm reading the file here, and at the same time printing whatever I'm reading to screen. So I'm just going to fire up my command prompt now so you can see exactly what that is. I'll clear that, and then as usual I'll run this file and let's see what is being printed. So to run the file I just have to say Python, right, and then I say code.py and hit enter, and you can see whatever is in the file is being printed to screen. Okay, sorry guys, I had to pause the video because I have so much noise in in my home, close to my home. Actually, this is like 5 o'clock in the morning and I'm making this video for you guys, so please do well to practice and learn as I teach you. Okay, so let's continue the video. So we printed out what we had in the text. So what you did is just open the file and then you can print what you have in the text. So now I'll introduce you to mode. Okay, mode. Now if I do something here by adding a mode of opening this file, for example read, by adding this R, this is read mode. That means I can actually use this read command. Okay, now Python is smart in the sense that if you don't give it any mode, it's going to assume this read mode. Okay, so this read mode is going to assume it, so you can also use the read command. Now I'll show you other modes, okay, and then I'll show you other commands you can open. Now after the read mode, the next thing you have, so let me just write the modes right here. I'm just going to delete this and then I'll just show you the modes. Okay, so the first mode you have is the read mode. Okay, now the next mode you have is the write mode. So write mode is W. Okay, another mode you have is the append mode. The append mode. Then one last mode I'm going to show you is R+. Okay, so R+ stands for the read and write mode. Okay, so you have R, you have W, you have A, you have R+. So these are the modes in Python. Now how do we use them? I'm just simply going to show you how to use them. Let's say we want to write something to file, maybe a text. Okay, now what you do is you change the mode to write. Okay, so once you change the mode to write, you hit your enter, and then on the next line we have to do file.write. Okay, so we do file.write like this, and we tell Python exactly what we want to write in the text. Okay, so this is my new text. Now you have written what you want in the text using this f.write. With the f.write mode, you have to close your file. Okay, if you don't close your file, you may encounter some issues, which means what you write may not be saved in Python. So the next thing you have to do is close your file. So f.close like this. So once you do f.close, you can save this and you've closed that file. Before I run this program, I'm going to show you exactly what is in our work file. Okay, so this is our work file. I'll open it up so you can see just hello world is there right now. I'll close this back and then run my program. Now when I run the program here, okay, when I run the program here, nothing happens. But let me show you now the work file so you can see exactly what happens when we run our program. This is my new text. Now before it was hello, and now we have this is my new text. So where is our former hello world text in the file? Actually, when you use this write mode, guys, what happens is it will replace everything you have in your text file or in your file. Okay, it's going to replace it. Now if you don't want to replace it, that is when you use the append mode, meaning you're telling it, oh, don't erase everything that is there, just append this text to my former previous text, okay, in my work file. So I'll change this simply to append mode, and when you use the append mode, the command is still write. Okay, so now I'll say this is my text again. and then on this I want to print it on a new line. Okay, so what you just simply do, remember how we do the new line. So the new line, you do a you do this so this is the how you print on a new line. Okay, so this is my text again, will be on a new line, and you have to close it one more time, remember. So once I save this, Ctrl S, I would come back to my, so let me close this up once again. So I have just one text right now. I'll close this, come to my command prompt. Okay, come to my command prompt right here, and then run this code, and nothing happens. But let's go back to our text once again to see the changes. You see, this is my text again. I've written this to my work file. Okay, so we go back here, and then the very last command I want to talk about is the arrow plus command. Okay, or the arrow plus mode, not command, sorry, the arrow plus mode. Now the arrow plus mode is for both read and write. So if I want to do a read and write statement, okay, it works for read and write. So I can just do the arrow plus, sorry, I must have done something. Okay, so I can just do, come here and do arrow r plus, the r plus. So this r plus, and then I have f dot write. So it can work for read and it can work for write. So I'm going to write something again. So I'm writing, this is my text again for the third line. Okay, and then I can save this, call up my command prompt, and call up my command prompt once again, clear my command prompt using CLS, and run this code, and fair enough, you have this. Okay, now I can come back here, and then I will read what I have. Remember, when you're reading the text, you don't really need any you don't need to put anything in your brackets. You just want to read the text. Now print what I'm reading out. Notice I'm not changing the mode, guys. Notice I'm not changing the mode. I'll print what I'm reading out right here. Okay, so print, then f read, and then I'm closing the file as well. Now remember, if you're just reading the, if you're going to read the file, yeah, closing the file whenever you open it is important after the program. But if you're reading the file, it's still going to work. It's not important, it's not really it will still work. That is my point. So let's come back here, so you can see that arrow plus works for both read and write. Okay, so we will see what we have, and you can see I have, this is my text again, right, and this is my text again, okay. So I would simply change this to, I'll simply change this to read, Ctrl save. Okay, and then come back here, and this is what we have currently. Now remember that when you are using the write mode, right, it replaces what you had in the previous text. So that is how the write mode works. Now this is my text, this is my text again. So I'll simply just close this up, simply close that up, and then open it one more time. So this is what we have. Why is that? Because we using the we're using the write mode, not append mode. It is only when we use the append mode that we can append some text into this. Okay, so I hope you get that. All right, guys, so right now I want to just show you the new way of doing things. So formerly we were using the open command and then the close command. Now I'll just show you a new way of opening the file and closing the file at the same thing, so you don't need to write close all the time. So the new keyword will be with, and then you call the file, so with open, right, and the name of the file will be in open, and then as the variable you want to open the file as, and then you have a colon and you hit enter. So here I'm just going to print the file to screen, so I'll just print f.read. okay, so f.read like this, and then here I'll just put the name of the file, which is work. Okay, so you want to put that in quotes, guys. So I'll save this and I'll run this file. So you can see that this with keyword works very well, and you don't need to close the file. Okay, you don't need to use the f.close, so it opens and it closes the file after the operation, right? And then I'll just call this up, and I would run my Python file like this, hit enter, and you can see this is my text again shows up. Okay, so this is exactly what I want to show you, and we're done with file handling. In the next video we'll talk about functions. Okay, we'll talk about functions and we'll move on from there. So thank you for watching, guys. I'll see you in the next one.